What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I wanted to talk about Shiba Inu in this video and talk about specifically Shibarium and how Shibarium may have an impact or may not have an impact, right? And what the focus is for the Shiba Inu, dev team, the ecosystem dev team. And really talk about that because obviously behind the leader, behind the dev team, we want to see what they have in store for the community, for people that are investing in a lot of their tokens. So this is kind of an all-around video, but mainly like focusing around whether Shibarium will be a larger impact or not. And this is all out of speculation because obviously I'm not a part of the dev team. I'm not a part of the people making the decisions. So obviously it's going to be speculation. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, if you guys want to follow me on other platforms, we have Twitch, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, TikTok. All these different links should be down below if you guys want to follow me on there. But if you need the Twitter handle at Perry8K, make sure you watch out for scammers because there are people trying to impersonate me. I don't have a check mark yet, and when I do, you'll know the difference between them and me because they try and make it subtle, right? They try and give you, instead of Perry with 2 R's, it's 1 R or 3 R's, or they'll do 2 8s, or they'll do Perry 8I or something, right? They'll just try and figure something out to make it look like it's me, but it's really not. So be careful with that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into Shiba Inu. I'm going to show you guys what's happening with the price, and then we'll dive into some detail here. So currently, Shiba Inu is at 0.00001224. It's up about 5.4%. We're seeing the volume that's down a little bit is down about 20%, down to 20% or down 20% at a $603 million volume day the last 24 hours, which is phenomenal, right? You would look at any cryptocurrency and you would say $600 million is great, unless you were looking at Bitcoin. You need to see billions of dollars there, or Ethereum, you need to see billions of dollars. But anything that's probably not lower tier but lower on the scale, that's not 1 or 2, or a stable coin, you can expect hundreds of millions, maybe billions, and it's still phenomenal to be able to see that much that's going through one cryptocurrency, right? And just imagine if there was some sort of burn tax associated with it, it would just be amazing to be able to see how much Shiba Inu would be burned off. But that's a whole nother story. Currently, the market cap's at about a $7 billion market cap, 6.7 to be specific. If we go into the amount of holders, let's see if we have had an increased amount of holders. We have decreased in the amount of holders by a little bit. We still are at 1.2 million holders, which is, again, phenomenal. If we scroll down here, look at the wallets, the biggest wallet, obviously the dead wallet. We want to increase the amount that's into the dead wallet to where it says 99% here, but we don't see that yet. So everything else is pretty standard there. Now, I got into a few things, just looking at different pieces here. Now, this was released in July 6th, but it just, as I look at a lot of different news that's out there related to Shibarium, related to Shiba Inu, we're not really seeing too much as of late. It's more like hints, hey, this thing is coming, or tweet of a Xbox controller or whatever it is, right? Sorry, it's cat hair flying around. It's not a fly, it's cat hair. We're dealing with the fly situation that's going on here. But Shiba Inu releases Shibarium update and introduces fourth ecosystem token Treat, right? All of the different pieces that they have released within this ecosystem, right? As I talked about it in the past, and I still talk about it now, none of these things really help out Shiba Inu in a big way, and we care about Shiba Inu. I know at least 70, 80, maybe even 90% of the community cares about Shiba Inu and the growth there rather than everything else that's out there. So we want to see something connected to Shiba Inu in a big way. And it seems like Shibarium and Treat are those last pieces to be like introduced, and Shi, right? But Shi is supposed to be stablecoin. I don't think it's going to be like pinned or any type of connection to Shiba Inu in any way that's at least going to help it treat. I don't think we'll have a major connection, but SHIBARIUM is supposed to have a pretty big connection to Shiba Inu in the form of burning Shiba Inu. So we're going to have to see how that does affect it. Now, I did see a sort of a response that came out. Now, this was tweeted out today, but it was from like a response a while ago. So Shiba is in food, fashion, metaverse, and movies and gaming. What's next then? What other billion-dollar industry could we move into next? Community. That's what Satoshi says. Community. That's the final industry, combining it all. So the community takes the reins, and we get on a much needed vacation as the community gets to build the foundations we've built, or build on the foundations we've built. That's my humble opinion. Well, this is where things kind of get tricky, right? Because if you push towards the community, right, everything that has been created should have been to what the community wanted. And again, 70 to 90% of the people that are involved in this ecosystem want Shiba Inu to benefit from every single piece. So the fact that we are not seeing Shiba Inu benefit from things like Bone, Leash, Shiboshis, Metaverse, all of these other things that you created, that's where we kind of like, we're on two different sides here, right? And I understand you're into all of these industries, but it's like where people dip their foot in so many different places, or let's say you have a bunch of different free samples, right? And you need to eat dinner, right? So you try 20 different free samples, and then when you get to the point where you need to eat dinner, you can't eat anything because you're full. That's kind of where we're going here. You have so many different pieces here to where people are dipping their foot into, and then or when you finally get to the point where Shiba Inu is listed or classified or categorized as the community king, right? And a lot of the focus is centered around Shiba Inu. We're not going to see people push into Shiba Inu. We're going to see all these other pieces to where people are so split apart, so taken back by every single piece that has been introduced, that it's just going to be, for lack of a better term, a shit show, right? So we need to see that connection. I think SHIBARIUM is that last piece that needs to have a connection. Everything that has been created, no benefit to Shiba Inu, maybe besides hype, but hype that died off very quickly because they realized how it didn't do anything for Shiba Inu. It didn't provide any use case for the actual token. So SHIBARIUM is that last piece. SHIBARIUM will connect everything, hopefully, to where you have burning that's implemented with it. If you have wellies that's now looking to burn off their profits. I don't know what their profits will be, but you have wellies looking to do that. All of the different burn projects within the community can now use SHIBARIUM in order to buy and burn. Maybe we can do play to earn and play to burn games with SHIBARIUM involved with it. So there's so many different pieces that the community can build within this one piece that this should have been the first thing that was released. So yes, I think SHIBARIUM can change the game. It just depends on what it does. Right? If it does have a natural burn associated with it, we can expect something pretty big. If it doesn't have a natural burn associated with it, then I really don't know what to think at this point. Would Shiba Inu be dead? I would be looking at it definitely differently. But I know the community is doing as much as they can in order to burn, but it's just not enough. For 600 trillion, it's not enough. Will it get to a point to where we see a certain price movement and, I will take majority of profit or whatever? Possibly at that point. So I don't want to have to do that. I know a lot of other people don't want to have to do that. I want to make sure that this community is strong. And the issue is that they have all the power. They really do. I mean, I've tried to build something. Many other people have tried to build something, but they have all the power. And if they could just focus on SHIB for just a month, and I think we would have a lot of benefits in the community, right? A lot of growth within the community. So anyways, you let me know what you think. Is that true? Is SHIBARIUM that last piece? Is it the final straw for you? Do you see anything else to where you're like, all right, well, this can still, Shiba Inu can still make a move based off of a community effort? Do you still see that? Because again, we've burned tens of billions without the help of them, right? The only reason that we've burned the tens of billions is because the community came together and burned their own money. Yes, it was through their burn portal, but that was just a way of connecting people to burning their own money together to essentially get rewards that I've never received. Anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you in the next one.